everybody, Tracy here from Uniquely Creative, and today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on this die here. It's called our layered flowers die, and it kind of looks scary, right? Because you've got all these pieces, and how do I use them? You will see on the packaging, I've taken mine out because I've used it, there is a little sticker to show you, but I want to show you a tutorial on how you make them. I have just made this fabulous card and I filmed it, and I'm going to take you through the process of how easy it is to make a layered flower. Don't be scared of this die because it has heaps of pieces, because it's so easy to use. So let's make a card together, and I'm going to use our new collection for November called Vintage Walls, and I've used like 2 sheets of paper. It's going to be super easy, and let's do it together now. Let's make a flower. So this is our layered flower die, which is a part of our November release with our Vintage Walls collection. It looks really complex, but it's just not. And it's going to make this very cool flower. Mix it up with a whole bunch of fussy cut flowers like this, and you'll be able to make something fabulous. Let me show you how easy it is to make one of these flowers with this die. Moving my bits and pieces aside, I'm going to grab out my die cutting machine. I have the Big Shot, and my very first tip that you're going to do when you're using it is I don't take all these flowers off the packaging. Like, they are going to stay stuck on the packaging like this. I'm going to choose a piece of cardstock or something to cut out. I'm just using this one here. So this is got this on this side and that on that side, and I'm going to put it on top of my flowers like this. I think I want this way. Okay, so I'm gonna put it straight on top of my die like that, and I'm going to run it already on the packaging through my die. I'm gonna take out my shim, and I'm just gonna leave it on the packaging, and it's gonna go through. I think I'm only even gonna need to do it once. Okay. Here's one of the leaves. This all just peels off and all of my bits just fall out. Let's give it a quick little tap. This one here, got to come out still, and I've got this one here. So that's my tip. The other way you can do it is take them all off. But look, I've been trying to make my job easier. I'm working smarter, not harder. Okay, so I've got all of my little pieces. Losing one here. So we're going to take out 3 flower pieces first. Just going to put my leaves aside. So we've got our base. This is our little second one that's going to go here, and this one's going to go here. We're going to take, this is our Uniquely Creative paintbrush, and I'm going to use it just to very lightly roll all the edges of my flowers, because this one's going to go on a card, and I just want them to sit up just a little bit. Okay, so that's going to be the top piece of my flower. This one is going to be my base, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to very slightly roll them with the end of my paintbrush like this. And then we've got the last little one here. Okay, and now I'm just going to take some glue, and I'm going to layer all these up. So this piece here, I'm going to layer first. So that's the top piece. And I'm going to layer it on to this piece here. And when I layer it on, I want to see this one behind it, like that. I'm then going to take this piece. Now, I could also put this piece underneath, but I'm going to put it on top on this one. And I'm going to layer it on top like that. See how we've instantly just made the flower out of 3 little sections? Okay, so now I've got my 3 inside flower pieces. So this one here, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use the reverse side, and that one's going to go down in the middle first. So we're going to take this piece, a little bit of glue, and it's going to go down like that. So we've just got our middle piece in our flower. Then we've got our little stamens. I'm just going to kind of flick them up with my fingers. A little bit of glue, and then they go on top like that. So we've got our little neck section, and then which side do I want this? I think I want this the pink side as well. There we go. So we've got some glue on that one. That one gets stuck down And now you can see we've got the basic flower made. So this one here, I've attached the leaves onto the back of the flower. I've got all of my leaves here, but I think I'm going to leave these because I want to put these on my card. So I'm going to very quickly fussy cut out some of these flower elements that I'm going to layer with it, and we're going to make a super quick card with another one of our very fun dies that we've got this month releasing. This one here, it is super awesome. It is called Arched Window Die. So let's put all this together and make a card. Okay, here's my thoughts on the card. So I've just grabbed a card base and I've cut down 2 pieces from this sheet here, which is the ladies' dressing room. So I've got one section from the B side and I've got one section from the A side. So I've got 2 sections on there, and I have just kind of measured, and I think I'm gonna mat put one down at the bottom, might raise this one up. Then I have cut out my arched window, which is really cool, and that was just from a leftover piece from the same sheet that we've been cutting these flowers from. So I've got that one there, and then I think we might start layering our flowers because this is going to be like a moody card. And then I've got some little pieces here we might fussy cut. So we might fussy cut some flowers out to put in here as well, some flat flowers, and then cut some leaves out, layer them in, and then we'll find a cute little title. So let's do some fussy cutting of the flowers here and some of the foliage so we can make this card. But these 2 dies are super fun, but there's actually a 3rd die we're releasing in November, and I think it might be my brand new favorite die that I will use forever and ever. It's this one here, called Textured Lattice, and this is one that's an add-on for our kit, and you can see it's got that cute little lattice. I love this. I love adding a little bit of texture into my scrapbooking and card making. So that's the 3rd die. We're not using that one today. We're just going to use the arch window, which is really pretty, and we're going to cut some little bits out. Now, because this is a dark collection, I don't want to leave a little edge because it's not like we're leaving a cute little white edge. We're leaving a dark edge, and I'm going to fold the leaves because some of these are just going to like pop in there like that, mixed up with these ones here that we die cut, and then we can kind of layer them all in. And we're going to start layering it up. I'm going to go grab some foam mounts and my edge distressing tool, because I think we might distress the edges of this one, and we're going to make this super quick card. I see if I can go find a title from my stash, one that we might have already cut out. I think I've got one left over from the card making kit for this month as well. So I might go grab that and we'll see how we go. Okay, I've just gone into my stash. I couldn't find a thank you, but I did find Sending Smiles Your Way. I think that one's gonna look fabulous on there. I've got an edge distresser. I found some cute little lace embellishments I want to put in there, and some foam mounts. So let's start layering our card. I'm going to use our edge distressing tool. Sorry, mine is one of the sample ones, which didn't have the pretty pattern on it, which is sad. I need to get myself a new one with the writing on there. This was one of the original samples. I always get the samples. So a very light distress, because it's a dark moody collection, we can do a lot of the distressing on the edges. Really makes it pop because it will give you a cute white edge. So I'm just going to glue that down. So first base down. Now we're going to do the second one as well. I'm also, now because I've committed to the distressing, this one will also need a little distressing on the edge. So this edge distressing tool is kind of fabulous because it's something decent you can hang on to. I used to have one that was much smaller and I couldn't really hang on to it, and I wasn't a fan. So when we were making our edge distressing tools, we really wanted something that is good to hang on to. So I'm just going to use our 1mm foam mounts because I don't want this too high, but I want it to be high enough just so you can see that I've put the effort into raising it up. Peel off my little dots. This one's going to go in the center. Do you guys know the tip to getting it straight? Stand up. If you stand up and get a bird's eye view, it's going to be perfect first time every time. Now I'm just going to put a couple of little bits of glue onto my arched window because it's tricky, and I don't want to get my fine glue tip pen out because it's back in the craft room. And I am filming on the dining room table because there's better light in here. So that one's going to go flat down. Then we're going to start layering up in fact, I'm going to mount this one, I think, with a foam mount. So our 1mm foam mounts are super sticky. One is all you're going to need, and that bad boy is not going anywhere. And then the second one, so this is the one we just made. So I haven't put the leaves on this one yet. It's going in there. We've got our little fussy cut flower, and I am going to just be a little bit sneaky here. I'm just going to cut down on a couple of those so I can get in there with my paintbrush and roll them like we did that top one. Just give it a little bit of shape because it's going to go under here. Nice, got some shape on that one. It's going in here. Now we've got our next one, and I'm just going to use my fingers to roll this one. Okay, so that goes in there. This is where I'm going to use a couple of these little pieces of our lace embellishments. These are my favorite. They're so sweet and they're so small, and they are perfect for card making. So I'm going to layer just a few of these little lace embellishments around the card before we start layering our leaves in. See, that looks great. Just makes it pop. Just one little one here. Another little one at the top. See how we're going so far? Let's now take all of our leaves, and we're going to use both sides, remember? So we're going to use some of the dark sides, we're going to use some of the light sides. So we want some of the grey to pop through, and we want some of the white to pop through. This one here, I'm like, where's that pink one I cut? Found it. Just testing a new glue today. It's a bit stringy. Not bad, but stringy. I think we want to layer a couple of leaves in here. I'm going to go the light side on this one for my little layer in here. I'm going to go the grey side on a layer in here, I think. And then I think we're just going to pop that title on, and I reckon we're going to be done. So making flowers with this die, I don't want it to be scary because it looks scary on the packet, but it's just not. So, okay, remember, it looks like a scary die, but it's not. These flowers were super easy to make, super simple, and just look how gorgeous they look on your card making. So good. I feel like we need a lighter one down here somewhere. I am a shocker for making my cards fit on their cards, and they never fit in envelopes. So I never put my cards in an envelope, but I also wrap them as part of the present so that you can see it when you're getting the present. And we're going to put our, where are we going to put our title? Here, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit off the end, and then I'm going to cut like a little banner in here. Okay, so we've got our little banner in there, and I think we'll just put across there like that. So I'm just going to put my glue on this end, and then we'll see if we need a foam mount to pop up the rest of it. I think it's just going to sit there nicely. So there you go. There's my finished card. Super quick flowers to make with that die. Remember my tip, leave it on the packaging, just run it through the machine. You can put it down flat, put your paper on top, or vice versa. Either way, it's going to work. And there is our super fun card with our new layered flower die. And I hope you had fun watching this video. I hope you enjoy this collection. Till next time, bye.